The point of exaltation was Wichita, Robert and Gary projecting a designation in the Chevrolet Blazer. The Darrell Starbird Rod and Custom Show, featured in the exhibition hall of the Wichita Century 2 Center. Both looking forward to the exhibition of outstanding products of the marauding outlandish endeavor, that was once an American Idol, the hot rod, and the customized automotive future. Gary apropos to the convention center, he and Robert entering the circular expansion, and for some unknown reason, misjudged the entrance. Instead of the Darrell Starbird exposition entrance, they enter a pavilion, and behold a culinary arts exposition. Row after row of tables laden with divergent culinary cuisine, an extraordinary presentation of delicacies waiting to be sampled. Gary noting the 11 o'clock hour, deciding to preclude their later scheduled lunch, instead the two gathering a paper plate, and not the only ones ready to indulge in all the comestible diaphaneity. Gary and Rob, once their appetency fulfilled, exiting the food pavilion, acquiring the correct entrance to the Rod and Custom Show. In the late 50s, Darrell Starbird, a Wichita self-taught auto customizer, was given a commission to build a custom 57 T-Bird for noted road racer Bob Turgeon for the custom car show circuit. After many weeks of hard work, the customized T-Bird made its debut on the custom circuit, and was an award-winning entry. Starbird, reflecting on what he learned building Turgeon's bird, located a badly damaged T-Bird in a local Wichita junkyard. Utilizing segments from other makes, with diligence it became anointed as one of the most famous and advanced custom show cars of the era, appearing in 1960, on the cover of Carcraft and Motor Life. In 1964 Darrell Starbird introduced the first Darrell Starbird Rod and Custom Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, starting an explosion to acquaint the American public with its proclamation. Gary as a teenager, working at a Mountain Boulevard signal service station in Oakland, pumping gas, having a school-age association with those whom drove the infamous, raked 40 Ford Hot Rod, recalling his access to ride in the acclaimed 57 Chevy, which won the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, purchased by Oakland's Bruce's Tire Company, was more adherent to the display of cars than his son, but understanding Rob's coalescence would come with age. The Starbird presentation wasn't only automotive, but included a display of female beauty, and vocal entertainment by Peter Noone, noted as Herman, from the British rock group, Herman's Hermits. The rock group having sold over 52 million records, outselling the Beatles in 1965. The father-son outings, a memorable one, not so much because of Darrell Starbird's Rod and Custom Show, or even the miscalculation discovering an outstanding lunch at the Culinary Exposition, but memorable that a father and his teenage son could spend some meaningful time together. Labor Day in Kiowa, Kansas is always a premier event. The population of 1,100 in the small rural community, adjusting to receiving visiting patronage twice its size. A ritual of a free bean feed put on by the Chamber of Commerce, but mainly administered by the members of the volunteer fire department, including Roger Robinson, Keith Rathgeber, Bill Duvall, and the other members of the appreciative firefighters. This annual meal consisting of beans stewed in 3-foot-high kettles, the simmering process starting the night before. Served with added condiments of coleslaw, luncheon meat sandwiches and a table of enhancing homemade ice cream donated by the community. The event sponsored booths displaying goods and works of art exhibited by mostly local entrepreneurs, their craft wares being illustrated for barter. But among the presenters were others traversing from as far away as Wichita to flourish their commodities. Gary's wife Jan, in prior years displaying her ceramic intrepidity, her State Line Crafts endeavor having participated in the Labor Day event. The event was not without a traveling carnival, snow cones, cotton candy, a Ferris wheel, merry-go-round and other rides, providing the younger set with entertainment. Gary's daughter Marlo, husband Chris, and grandson Garrett spending the weekend in Anthony with the elder Wilsons, enjoying and making their presence known at the Labor Day festivities. Gary and others recognizing the person who shouldered most of the Labor Day celebration responsibility, Bob Hayes, the owner of the local Gamble's hardware store, providing organizational credence to the event. Bob's full-time service person, Bill Duvall, assisting in the logistics for numerous requirements and the public address systems. Community activities being programmed included an old-fashioned tractor pull with designated participants along its route, mounting the sled to give it added weight as was done in a previous era. An ongoing horseshoe contest, mud volleyball presentation, and the infamous cake walk, the cakes being donated by the residents of Kiowa. Gary having been introduced to the Kiowa Labor Day event years earlier, in 1974, having made the acquaintance of then-president of the Kiowa Chamber of Commerce, Judy Stairs, who was frequented Gary's band, the Persuaders, playing at Val's Nightlight Club in Alva, Oklahoma. Judy visiting with Gary about contracting the band for an upcoming Labor Day celebration. The presentation, an evening dance to be held at the city community building. The family spending the day, but adjourning the evening presentation, Chris, Marlo, and Garrett having to return to Oklahoma City. The Kiowa's Labor Day activity providing a lasting memorable family event.